Hello, it's Monday, July the 26th, 2010, and I'm Martin Smith with a daily outlook from UFXBank. Last week, the dollar finished mixed against the majors as investors ignored fundamental guidance in favor of waiting for the bigger picture to become clearer, thereby putting pressure on the dollar. Generally, economic data and earnings over the past week has not been particularly promising. Nasdaq and Dow Jones rose by 1.05% and 0.99% respectively. Crude declined by 0.48% to close at $78.84 a barrel, and gold also declined by 0.48% to close at $1,188.85 an ounce. Today, new home sales data is expected at 317,000 versus 300,000 prior. The euro strengthened slightly versus the dollar and most majors, approaching the monthly highs again as US stress tests showed relative stability and resistance in the banking system. Together with the release of better than expected economic data, investors are regaining confidence in Europe's chances to avoid a double-dip recession. Overall, the euro-dollar traded with a low of 127.92 and a high of 129.64. No economic data is expected today. The pound rose against the dollar and all majors after the prelim GDP came out higher than expected at 1.1% versus 0.6%, with encouraging sentiment from the EU region giving tailwind. The trend for the pound-dollar remains bullish, with the next resistance ahead at 1.55 levels. Breaking these levels up will be the trend's real test this week. Until technical signs of reversal appear, the momentum remains positive as it has done for weeks. Overall, the pound-dollar traded with a low of 152.50 and a high of 154.47. The yen weakened versus majors as risk appetite grows around the world and speculation among investors that the Bank of Japan will ease monetary policy rises. The daily trend remains bearish with support at 86.25. Overall, the dollar-yen traded with a low of 86.71 and a high of 87.49. Finally, the Canadian dollar. This rallied against most currencies as Canadian overnight interest rates rose to 0.75%, making Canada the first G7 country to raise its rates in June. Policymakers stated they expect Canada's economic activity to return to full capacity by the end of next year. The pair's key support levels are located around 103.50 on the hourly chart, and the current price levels are facing 200-day SMA support. Overall, the dollar CAD traded with a low of 103.45 and a high of 104.37. Well, that's it from me. Be sure to visit us at ufxbank.com for simple, safe, secure trading.